Hey, welcome to my channel. Excuse me, these cards are speaking. I hope you guys are doing well. Been missing for a couple of days. I've missed you. I really do enjoy bringing you a word from Spirit, what He has to say, what He wants to share to help. I always hope and pray that it's clarification, edification to you, the viewers, those who are watching. Today, I was praying, meditating, asking Spirit, what is it that you want to say? Asking specific questions. You know, we're doing this lunar, new moons, this lunar eclipse, and we in retrograde, or is it Taurus? And then we have it's going to skip to Gemini, I believe, and then it's going to be the eclipse in Scorpio. You know, and I'm not that skilled in astrology. I am learning. We're learning together, right? But I asked the question because I want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about when I speak, you know. And I just heard the Spirit say that it's basically like the Eight of Cups. That's all this is. You are, in essence, walking away from what no longer serves you. So these eclipses, the new moons, these retrogrades, it's just bringing to awareness collectively as a whole, and it's gotten everybody's attention, bring it to the surface of what no longer is serving you. What have you allowed to continue to be dormant and not addressed? And walk away, you know, like the Eight of Cups. Let's see if I can find one in this deck. You know, the Eight of Cups is someone basically making a decision. I should have had this already ready, but it's right here. It's someone making a decision to be like, okay, this is no longer serving me. I got to get to moving. They're gonna leave them all behind, and they're walking in the opposite direction. I feel like that's what Spirit is saying in essence, just to summarize. You know, we can get more technical, you know, each zodiac that it retrogrades in, you know, the energy from that zodiac is probably shedding some light, but basically that's what it is. It's like, ask yourself, what have you noticed that is surfacing to the top? Maybe it's something that you thought was buried or dormant that's surfacing that you feel like you have to readjust or revisit. You know, that's an essence of what it is. And I also was asking him, you know, of getting these, I call them downloads, you know, ask a question and he just tell me certain things. And I said, what is it that is going on in the collective? What is it that we need to know? And I heard Spirit saying that what you're manifesting, who you are right now is what you have manifested. So what you have believed, what you have thought, what you have spoke, all of that together has created your outcome of where you are and who you are right now. Which to me is a good thing, because now you know, you can recognize it, you can look in the mirror, you can take a step back and look, which is also what retrograde is. It's the revisiting of self, basically. Like I say, that's the synopsis version of it. But everything that you've said, done, thought on, it's manifested who you are and what you are now. That gives you a starting point to go forward if you want something different, right? So there was some more, but that's just we're going to do some cards. And since in the spirit of the retrograde and the eclipse in Scorpio, I do have two new decks. And I just want to pull a card from each one. One is the Mirror Oracle, I believe it is. I'll show you at the end. And it talks about the shadow, basically a card about shadow work. And then the other one is the Ascension. I want to pull one from each to close with. Okay, that was 5 minutes of me rambling. And we're going to lay some cards and see what Spirit has to say. If we go along with what we've already heard. What is the overall energy for the collective, Spirit? The Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Yeah, we'll put it right there. Yeah, we'll put it right there. And I'm hearing it's like, what are you accepting? What are you allowing to come to you? You know, the Knight of Cups is, he's bringing his love. He's bringing an offer. He's bringing an invitation. What are you allowing to come to you? Is it bear witness with where you're going and who you are and what you would like to accomplish? Is what you having to ask yourself. I think that's an extended synopsis of what this retrograde and the eclipse is. You know, with the eclipse in Scorpio is death and transformation. You know, what are you putting an end to so that it can be transformed? So think about, what are you allowing? What have you allowed to be dormant so long? What actions have you allowed people to do to you that you know doesn't bear witness with you, but just to keep face, not to rock the boat, not to throw any monkey wrenches in there. You just go along with it. It's time to be true to self. Look at that, the Two of Cups. Absolutely, it's being true to self. You know, that Two of Cups, to me, it speaks of equal give and take. Like, you're giving and they're giving. When you give, when someone gives, you have to be in a position to receive. So it's like, if I give you a gift and you never open your hand, that gift is never yours. So someone is giving unto you, someone is maybe pouring into you, or someone is offering you an invitation. Are you accepting it? What you're accepting, is it for your highest good? Are you accepting it just because this is what you've always done, but you know really deep down it's not what you want to do anymore because you know it's better? Or they're not giving their all, you're giving your all. Whole heart, love, care, support, but then you just get crumbs. The Empress. Awesome. It's like, what are you embodying? What are you embodying? Walking in the fullness of an empress. An empress is full of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, knowing, intuition. The empress embodies all of the queens, knowing when to speak the truth, know when to be guarded. You know, it's birth. It has ideas. It has a plan. Fertile. You know, I always say it's pregnant with a new idea. At the bottom of the deck is the Lovers. It's the Two of, the Lovers is a choice. You know, but are you choosing to love yourself wholeheartedly? Are you choosing to make sure that you're giving of yourself with integrity? With integrity. And that's with integrity being to yourself, that you're honoring who you are. That's your choice. And it goes back to that Knight of Cups. What are you allowing to come unto you? You know, someone reach you something, you don't have to open your hand. But if you do, are you accepting and receiving with integrity? That's a good word right there. All right, let's keep going. Look at that, the Strength card. That fell right out of my hand, the Strength card. You're stronger than you think. That integrity with who you are is embodied inside of you and it oozes out. That's what exudes from you. That's what goes before you. That is how that lion can allow you to stick your hand in its mouth or be that close to its mouth, because they feel what's off of you. The integrity of self, the integrity of honoring yourself, of who you are. Right. The Six of Swords, moving away from what no longer serves you, you know, and be willing to take people with you, planting that seed. And the swords is words, is the mental, you know, what you're birthed with, what you've accomplished, how you've arrived here, is allowing you to be able to speak life into other people, so that they'll want to get on the boat with you. This is you standing, you're moving on to calmer waters, into peaceful waters. You know, what you carry, the integrity that goes before you. A mother, and it looks like a child, also sees safety in your word and in your counsel, and will go with you. The internal battle, squashing that internal battle. I mean, we all have it, but do we let it overcome us? Because with this card, I always hear the goal. We always have a main goal. There's one goal with this Five of Wands, and everybody is fighting. You know, there's you, yourself, and I. That's outside influences. That's other people. But there's still one common goal, and that is to make it to the top, or to win, or to get past whatever this blockage is. No matter which way they're going, the common goal is to win and to be on top. You know, when can you collectively with yourself gather up your faculties and you all be on the same page, so that you can move, and not letting the internal thoughts, decision, and passions that don't line up with integrity lead you and cause you not to reach your goal. The Chariot fell out, and that's moving in a positive direction, right? With a chariot and it's moving, you got to know where you're going. You're just not going to get on it and be like, okay, giddy up. No, you got to know where you're going, which way you're going, and how you're going to get there. And that comes from knowing who you are and embodying that. And with integrity, knowing where you're going. All right, let's get another one. I hope this is making sense to you so far, collective. Look at that, justice, a balance. A balance on the inside. You know, the Justice card. It just balance. You know, you embody this strength, but when the strength, you know, you have the Empress on one side and you have this internal battle on the inside, it affects which way you're going to go. But when you embody and tap into justice, what is right, what is the divine want, what does spirit want you to do? When you tap into the integrity, you know which way to go. And it's collective. It's collectively all your faculties allowing you to make the right decisions, to know when to cut off, when not to receive, because everybody speaking is not for your good. The bottom of the deck is the World, a cycle ending, you know, traveling to a new place mentally, traveling to a new place physically. The Nine of Cups flipped over, wish fulfillment. Knowing what makes you happy. Knowing what makes you happy. Doing the work. Receiving. When something is presented to you and you receive, you opening your fist, only opening your fist or your hand to receive what is for your highest good. The Two of Pentacles is juggling. It may seem overwhelmed, like you have to keep making this decision. Like, why do I have to? Why can't I just do like everybody else? Well, you're called as the Empress. You're called. This is a I don't want to say position. This is what you have elevated to. This is what you've asked for. So then when the juggling comes in, you go inside and ask yourself, like, is this burden too much? You know, tap into that strength. Tap into the integrity of making the right decision when things seem topsy-turvy, because it is a journey. And on a journey, you're going from point A to point B. And no one said it's going to be in a straight line and smooth sailing. All right, let's get a couple more. Look at that, the Hierophant. Right, the laws, understanding that you've governed within yourself, that you've learned, that you've held on to, reparenting yourself, you know, having the answers, going within, having the answers. And because you have the answers, people are going to come to you for the answers. That's what happens when you ascend. You have the answers. You tapped into the spirit. You tapped into the divine. So just like when we saw earlier that Six of Wands, I should have put it down, but oh, there we go. Just like when we see that Six of Wands, you know, you're moving because where you were currently at, it was no longer serving you. Well, those two, this woman, I'm assuming it's a woman, and this child took your counsel, and they decide that's what's best for them to move to safety also. Just know that that's who you are, and that's what you embody. All right, let's get one more. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages so far. Look at that, Judgment. Judgment. And the Spirit has spoke that this is the path, walk ye in it. That is also my declare card. You are declaring, you know, you are saying what God is saying. You're saying what Spirit is saying. And look, the people are hungry. The people desire this. The people are tired of walking around wondering, like, when is things going to work out? Is there a God? Can he not hear us? You know, and you being called, you being the Empress, you being strong, overcoming obstacles has gotten you right here. You adjust your balance. You know, you now know how to feel yourself and make yourself happy. Your wish fulfillment independently. You know how to juggle all of that. And because you have the answers, people can come to you. Right? That's a good word. So let's see. Let me move this. So I want to do one card each. I can't pick this little stone up. I'm gonna show you the book because I don't keep my boxes. But this is the the front of the book. Dark Mirror by Ricardo Minetti. Yeah. And so we're just going to pull one. This is like shadow work. What do you have to work on? We'll read a little bit from the book, see what Spirit has to say, and then we'll do one for the ascension. Spirit, I thank you for the messages so far. I hope that it's been confirmation, has been edifying as they're walking in this path to do what you called them to do. Father, I know it can be lonely sometimes and they don't feel like they have the answers. I've been there, done that, and still in it sometimes. But Father, I thank you that we can take comfort, that we have an unction from you, and that you're with us at all times. So I ask that you, with this dark mirror card, show us the shadow side that needs to be worked on. Because it's always an ascension. We're always moving towards to become a better person. But what does the collective need to work on? Let's give us one card. One card. Obsession. Obsession. Like something is consuming you. And it's the number 3. So you might have been seeing that angel number. Well, we'll put that right there. So obsession being something that is consuming you. Something you want something to be different than what it is. And it feels like it's literally a thorn in your flesh because you can't shake. It's absolutely consumed you. And you want to be free from it. You want to know why. And part of that could be get in touch with the strength. You are the Empress. All right, that is number 3. Let's see, obsession. There is nothing else that can replace my focus. So it is saying all things led to one, and then they disappeared into one until only that one remains. That is something to reflect on. So we chase comets and mirrors and shadows. Sometimes we actually chase cars or myths. Obsession is a trick of our perception. Many became one, and that one bloats as to take in everything else. It feels like whatever it is, an idea, a person, an object, flavors our life and gives meaning to it. As all the light through a lens, it converges on a single point, and that point goes ablaze under the greatest fire. But in truth, more than enacting our life, it numbs our attention to the rest. It makes us feel more awake by hiding the rest of the world under a cloud of slumber. Obsession is a drug. In small doses, it whips. In a big dose, it kills. If we drown inside an obsession, we should close our eyes. We don't die in the darkness. We just fall asleep, and then we wake up more naturally. So something consuming you. A thought or an idea. We all have, slight obsessions over different things. But it could be like the level of it. What are you allowing to consume you till you feel like that is it? What needs to be surrendered to the spirit? So that was the shadow side. So let's look at the Sacred Light Oracle. And this is Ascension card for the spiritual seeker. So I feel like if you're here, you're looking for more. All right, Spirit. As we walk this journey, actually to continue to help us stay balanced. Help us to see what we need to see. So, what does the collective need for their spiritual ascension? There's one card for their spiritual ascension that they need to know. Just one. Light activation. Just stare at the card and just look at it. See if it speaks to you in some kind of way. It is number 19. Evolution of spirit. Actioning of plans. Transcendence. Actioning of plans. So some of you I feel like spirit is showing you things. He's revealing things and he's telling you different things to do. But you may be hesitant in it because this is new. This is something you don't understand. But actioning of the plans. I feel like he's saying that you take the first step, he'll give you the rest of the steps. When the body lights up in attunement or activation. It triggers a beacon for the soul to communicate with the physical body. Overseen by the ancient Tibetan master, Daihal Kwal, activations can bring a deep healing and transcendence. Regardless of physical sensation, these activations occur on an energetic and emotional level. So that's what I'm saying. That's just the first paragraph, but I feel like it could be things that Spirit wants you to do. It could be to meditate. You know, he's in a meditative state, and this could be new, could be out of character for you, could be out of your comfort zone. But from it, Spirit is going to speak, and he's going to reveal some things. Open your eyes to some things, because that is part of the ascension. You know, that's part of growing and learning. Let's get one of these Wisdom Oracle cards, and we'll see what Spirit has to say, and then we'll be done. That was 26 minutes. If you got something from it, I actually like it. Share, comment. Let's get a shuffle. This is the Wisdom Oracle cards. Quest. Awesome. I believe that you are on a quest of knowing what path to take. It's part of your journey, a part of walking, because it could seem like things you just don't understand. But Spirit is here to lead and guide you. Let's see the quest. When I am somewhere else, my life will have meaning. The legend. Mrs. Patriot, the oldest woman in the town of Blue, decides she is ready to set out across the deeply swamp and walk the Navy trail that no one has dared tread before. The wise youngster. Even when I just read that, I heard you may be the first one in your family to go through something like this. So it feels like you don't have anybody to look to. You don't have anybody to ask questions to. But this is a quest. This is a journey that Spirit is wanting you to do. And you may be the one in your family to be the trailblazer, so to speak, to walk the path that no one has walked, so that it can be easy for the others to come. The wise youngster points out that the swamp has vanished and the path she seeks is already before her. Mrs. Patriot sees that her life is not elsewhere, but is here and now. As Mrs. Patriot travels home, the Navy trail stretches out before her. So I just take from that as you go, the trail will illuminate. The path will be made way as you go. Because just like when you're walking a trail or you're hiking a mountain that you've never been on before, you don't know what each step is gonna take you there. They have markers so that you know how to stay on the beaten path so that you can get to your destination. But in this case, you know, we have the Spirit, and as you walk the way that he tells you, as you allow him to lead you, light activations and this actioning of plans, meaning do what he tells you to do. And him telling you to do, it's going to be like unctions. It's going to be like your intuition speaking to you. All right, so the inspiration is you may be on a quest that is unnecessary, or it may feel like it's unnecessary. Allow yourself the space for self-discovery, right? Doing this, who are you going to find? You're going to find your true, authentic self. It's time to take a risk. Where in life do I need to walk my talk? And so you could be the type, like I say, just because you embody this. But if there's levels to everything, if it's levels to this, then you will need to also continue to grow. Because you will only be able to take people so far. And if you are helping them to ascend to a level that you are, you need to step up your game and make sure that you're following the actions that Spirit is leading and guiding you to. 30:03, that's on the clock. Being open to wisdom, imagine dangers, commitment to your path. The keywords is courage, journey. We said that early, in answers. Everything is a journey. We're getting from point A to point B. Right? All right. These cards have spoken. I hope you got something from it. Till next time.